My name is Brad Bailey. I'm an iReporter, and I'm standing here on Wall Street. And as you see, it's lunchtime here in Wall Street, so it's packed with lots of people bustling around, trying to handle the economic crisis that we have here at the moment. There are also a lot of news trucks here, again, trying to really talk to people, to really get to the undercurrent of what's going on here in America's financial capital. And I'm standing here with Kirstin Broderick, who is the creator of the Federal Finance Corps. And she's about to sort of talk about what her organization's role is in helping to sort of stem this economic crisis. Kirstin?
The Federal Finance Corps is going to be a 2-year service corps that's going to bring the goal is to bring the best minds in finance on Wall Street to serve low-income Americans. We're going to be a 2-year service corps targeting recent grads from top programs in economics and finance, the kids that would normally graduate and go right into iBanks or consulting firms, and instead have them serve for 2 years bringing financial services to low-income Americans.
So where did you come up with this idea?
It's a bit of a long story. I was a social worker and I worked my way up from working with teenage and low-income moms to actually writing welfare policy. And then I went back to school, and while I was in school I was learning about business practices to better bring services to people, and I learned about Mohammed Yunus and the Grameen Bank.
Okay.
One of the big issues with microfinance in the developed world, the rich countries, is that the cost of labor to actually bring good services to low-income Americans is too high. And then I looked at things like Teach for America and the Peace Corps, and just figured if you could bridge those two models of a low-income, if you could bridge those two models of bringing high talent capital at very low cost because it's a service corps to low-income Americans, you could actually kind of bring the best of both resources together.
So are there any other organizations like the Federal Finance Corps around right now?
Well, there's things like Teach for America, AmeriCorps, Peace Corps, but there's no service corps for the finance industry. And what we found is that young graduates that want to go into finance, kids in college these days, they're activists. Yeah. They're socially aware, and they don't want an either or. They want to be able to have a lucrative life, be the future business leaders, but at the same time they don't want to sacrifice that only to just being in the business world. They want the opportunity to serve, but current service models like the Peace Corps would put them far behind their competitors in this very competitive land that is Wall Street. Okay. So this is bringing together the idea that we give them the same training that they get if they go to Goldman, but then put them at the most micro level of the economy. And we're actually trying to incubate the future innovators who will develop the products and services that can really help to bridge the income gap. The Federal Finance Corps long-term goal is actually to end income inequality.
And so with regard to the subprime lending crisis, can you tell me how's your organization going to help with that issue?
We have a 2-tier theory of change that we're going to serve 2 different markets. The first year that students are out, they're actually going to help people that are facing foreclosure and eviction. The second year, they're going to work with the un- and underbanked, people that don't have a bank account and use the high cost, low return, cash checkers, payday lenders. So the first year that they're in the market, so to speak, helping low-income Americans, what we're going to have them do is actually come in and help people to rewrite, refinance their mortgage, advocate for them on their behalf to help them stay in their homes. There's 1.2 million people that are going to face foreclosure in the next year, face eviction. Yeah. These were the low-income strivers, people that actually had managed to have a bank account, create a modicum of savings, and they put that into their first home ownership opportunity. Okay. And if they face eviction, they not only lose any savings that they poured in, but now they're also homeless and they're further down on the economic pyramid than they were when they started. Okay. Our goal is to keep people there. There's a direct correlation between having property rights and your kids graduating from college.
And so what's your opinion then about the current economic crisis? What's your personal opinion about it?
Essentially, the current crisis is, there's no one answer and there's no one's at fault. It's everyone coming in together. And our goal really is to affect the future culture of Wall Street, taking our future financial leaders. We're culling from the best and the brightest and bringing them from Wall Street to serve Main Street. Okay. And the idea that in serving the most micro aspect of our economy, you'll have a better understanding of their needs, their economic realities, that when you get to Wall Street, when you become our future business leader, you better understand their realities and can design better products that actually fit the needs and demands of that consumer base. Okay. So hence, really affecting everyone together. It's really the idea of also affecting the future culture of Wall Street by steeping them in service when they first start their career.
Okay, and so in your regard, as the current state of things, Do you think how do you think we're going to come out of this in a sense? What are your current opinions about like the state of things today and this week, and how do you think we need to come out of this? You mentioned your organization again, and how does that fit again into the larger template of our own economic survival?
Oh, we all are players. We all are players in this, and the idea is, as a culture, we're a consumption culture right now, which isn't necessarily a bad thing or a good thing. It just is what it is. So, I think that we actually are all going to be fine from this.
Yeah.
We might have to be in a level of check for a little bit. Things might be difficult, but Rilke said, trust the difficult. If you're going through difficult, things will work out. And so it's that same thing of like, this might be a difficult phase. Long term, though, I think it'll make us stronger. If we take the right actions today to really make sure that we're not just backing up the overall financial solvency of our economy, but also doing the right things to make sure that people at all levels of the economic pyramid really understand where everyone else fits. So that people from Main Street understand Wall Street, people from Wall Street understand Main Street, and that together we really build up our economy. It's that united we stand.
All right, great. Well, thank you very much. This is Brad Bailey here. I'm here with Kirstin Broderick. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.